Alright guys, today we have some delicious fettuccine alfredo. Look at this, it's so creamy. We got extra sauce and we ordered from Pasta Sisters.
We actually went there twice because the first time we went, the serving was a little bit small for us. I mean, they said it's for 2 servings, but I think we were just being kind of greedy.
Yeah.
So we went back and we got like 4 servings. But look at this, you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot in here. I think we're just really hungry today. We woke up starving. Before we dig in, let's say grace.
Amen.
Amen.
Choice of drink. We have Coke. Cheers. So we got tagliatelle. Yeah. 3 cheese. It's the closest thing they had to Alfredo, and it's like a very creamy sauce. So, yum! And some bread. So 2 for Eunice, 2 for me.
I actually never really go to Pasta Sisters. I think I only tried it once, just like trying your food.
It's so good.
So we'll see.
I used to go there a lot.
We have Tabasco sauce and chili pepper flakes on the side just because, you know, we like it with a little bit of spice.
Yes. Do you want?
And sometimes too much cream and cheese could get a little bit licky.
Yeah.
You know, greasy.
Is there a word for nuki in English? Like, if you guys know, just comment down below because I've been trying to figure this out for a long time. I think I
still don't know. I just think it's greasy.
Yeah, greasy.
But like
nauseating.
Oh.
Nauseating.
Like
yeah.
too much.
Yeah, like just.
I don't get that with marinara sauce, but cream sauce, yeah.
Yeah. You want Tabasco on
Let's
this?
try without it first.
It's okay.
Just because I want to see what the authentic taste is.
This noise just really excites me.
It's heavy.
I see you struggling a little
My
bit.
hand was like...
This girl needs to hit the gym.
I know, honestly.
Wait, let me get my hair ready. Hold on.
Me too.
Get my hair ready. Okay. So me and Eunice were asking, like, what is the proper way to make pasta look yummy on camera?
Yeah, because I feel like if I slurp, which is the normal way I usually do.
Yeah, is that insulting to some people? I don't know. But
I don't know.
I feel like it means it's good.
It's so good. Wow, it's really cheesy.
So cheesy. Perfect.
3 cheeses.
Yeah.
What 3 cheeses is it?
So the 3 types of cheeses that are in here is Italian Gorgonzola, Parmigiano Reggiano, and Pecorino Romano. That sounded so Valley Girl.
Pecorino Romano.
I'm not from the Valley though, but just saying.
She pronounces all her words like that.
I
Even
do.
in Spanish, she's like, ¿Cómo te siento?
You know why? You know why I do that? It's because growing up, I watched a lot of The Hills and Laguna Beach, okay? That accent has stuck with me for years. I don't know why.
The noodle is so chewy. Is this what al dente pasta is supposed to taste like? Because mine is not this chewy usually. Mine's like soft.
Yeah. I like it chewy. Sorry,
me
I'm
too.
Thursday.
It's actually really good even without like the spicy, but
I know it may be insulting to some chefs, but I really need Tabasco with my pasta. Like certain restaurants will kick you out and get insulted if you ask for hot sauce, but the mouth wants what it wants.
these little greens in here are good crunches too.
Arugula.
Arugula.
The Tabasco really does it. So good.
It's actually really good.
It's really good. It's really good. Alright guys, so I'm gonna tell you about the time that I got arrested. A lot of you guys actually have been DMing me asking me to do story time, but I just felt like it might not really be that entertaining, but I guess it's kind of interesting to know that I got arrested. So
it's definitely traumatizing, not only for you, as for me too.
yeah,
I'm sorry for making this about me, guys,
please,
but it was traumatizing.
I'm the main character here, not you, okay?
I just want
I'm
a little
the
bit of a
one.
role. Give me a little bit of a role.
I'm the one that got arrested,
I
okay?
was traumatized.
whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna take it all the way back to 2009. Okay.
2009?
Yeah, I know some of you guys were not even born in that time. I guess that gives you a clue of how old I am, but yeah, 2009. I was in the 9th grade, okay? That was the era where I was kind of entering my bad girl era.
Rebellious phase.
My rebellious phase, okay? Because we're from a Christian family, like our dad was a pastor. So can you guys imagine, like pastors' kids are usually always the worst, right? So yeah, I was entering that phase of my life where I was being a bad pastor kid. And then, so that was my freshman year in high school. I actually ditched school with my homegirl. And then we rode the bus and we went to Beverly Center in LA. And then when we went there, like, we didn't really grow up with money. We were kind of poor. So my dad would not really give me that much allowance. Like, weekly allowance was like $5, okay? And all you could do with that is buy like a McChicken at McDonald's. So I really wanted to go shopping. I didn't have money and I was really obsessed with fashion and clothes. So what we did was, like, we both had 2 backpacks. And then we ditched school and then we went to Beverly Center and then we went into like Nordstrom and Forever 21 and Claire's and then we stole a lot of stuff. Okay. Don't steal. I'm really ashamed. I'm so scared to steal now. I will never steal again. But yeah, I stole a lot of stuff, okay? Because I wanted to fit in with everyone and wear the new hottest things and I couldn't afford it.
Our parents never bought us things that were like trending. If you had Converse, he took us to Payless. At Payless, you would get Skechers that like were identical to Converse, and I would scratch the back with like Sharpie, so you can't see that it's Airwalk, but it's like indented, and so you see like little. Like, it was a hard time for us to fit in.
Very hard, and if you saw anything that was kind of trending on us, it's usually a hand-me-down from our sisters. That was the only luck we had fitting in. Yeah, so I just really wanted to wear what everyone else was wearing. And I don't know, as a child, I think that's something you really want. You just want to fit in with everyone, you know? Anyway, we had a really successful day of shoplifting, okay?
Successful day of shoplifting.
It was very successful. The inventory we had was pretty good stuff. Like, I think it was over like $200 worth of stuff.
Wow, that's a lot at that time.
Yeah, 2009, $200, like
whoa.
What, like $400, $500? Yeah. Yeah, so we had some really cool stuff in there. I was feeling really like excited, like, oh, I'm gonna wear this to school tomorrow. So our last stop was Claire's, right? And then I stole everything I wanted to steal. And then my friend stole everything she wanted to steal too. So we're done, we're tired, let's go home. I left the shop and then I realized she wasn't following me. So I turned around and then I see her talking to the store worker. And then I see her open her backpack and I was like, oh my god.
Your heart dropped, huh?
Yeah, my heart dropped. You know when you ride a roller coaster and then your heart drops? I was like, dude, I was like, oh my god. Oh my gosh, she got caught. What do I do? Do I run or do I stay here? I was like, do I be loyal or do I run? And then I was like, you know what? I can't leave her. That would be really like messed up.
Oh really? It was that kind of situation?
I don't want to leave her. I felt really bad. I stood there like thinking about what to do and I was like, maybe I'll just act like I didn't steal anything and like, you know, it's just her.
So you could have gotten away with it.
I could have gotten away with it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I could have.
You're a good friend.
I know, I'm loyal. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I stayed there and I looked at her and I was like, oh shoot, I was just waiting for her. And then the sales was like, she looked at me, she's like, you, come here. I was like, oh my god, my life is over. My life is over. If my dad finds out, he will unalive me.
Oh my god, you guys don't understand. My dad, honestly, I love him 100%, but when he disciplined.
My palms are sweating just thinking about that moment in my life.
That's when I say I was traumatized. Not from her stealing. The fact that my dad found out and he punished her and me witnessing the punishment, I was like,
dude,
I was scared for her life.
I got my ASS beat. Like,
I think it happens with like Hispanic families too, right? And like
every non-white family usually gets their butt beat, okay? But I got my like rear end beat so bad. Like that night, that was so traumatizing to me. I will never forget that day. My dad's eyes were like different. He was like his eyes were gone. It was gone.
Dude, and I was watching it. I was like by the door. I was like, I see her in the corner like this, and like Appa's like throwing stuff at you, and I was like there. I was like, Hajima!
Yeah. She defended me. She defended me because she felt so bad that I was getting my butt beat so bad.
At first, I was like, oh, you gon' get it. Messed up today. Like, you deserve it. And then I kept watching it. I was like, oh, I started getting scared. I was like, Hajima!
Yeah.
Hajima!
She begged my dad to stop beating me. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I deserved it, honestly. What I did was really wrong. But anyway, right before that happened, what happened was I went into Claire's. I was like, and the lady was like, open your backpack. And then I just looked at her like, my backpack? And she's like, yeah, open your backpack. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like trying to like stall time, but I opened the zipper and then there's like a bunch of tags in there. She's like, I'm gonna call the police on you guys. And I was like, oh my god, please, 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 please don't call the police, please. And she's like, I'm gonna call the police. So what she did was she called the police first and then she said, call your parents. So my friend called her mom. And her mom is old-fashioned. Oh my god, I was so scared for her to call her mom. She, through the phone, I could feel the anger of her mom. My friend was like kind of shaking. And then she's like, okay, it's your turn.
Oh no.
I did not call my parents, you guys.
What'd you call them?
I called Ivani.
Oh, you're so lucky.
I called my second oldest sister. Okay.
Because at the time, how old was she? She was like an adult.
She was like 25 or something.
Like my age right now.
Yeah. So I called my second sister. And then the phone's like, ding-ding-ding, ding-ding-ding. She's like, hello? And I was like, Oni. She's like, who is this? I was like, Oni, it's Mia. Mia's my Korean name. She's like, oh, yeah. Why are you calling me through this number? And I was like, I need you to pick me up. And she's like, why? And I was like, I got caught stealing. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, I got caught stealing. She's like,
started crying, huh?
yeah, I started crying. I was like, I'm in Beverly Center and I got caught stealing. She was like, what were you stealing? I was like, Claire's jewelry.
You were probably so cute to her though.
And she was like, oh, okay, just tell them you're sorry and give the stuff back and then leave. And I was like, they're not letting me go. And then the lady was like, give me the phone. And I was like, the lady wants to talk to you.
You guys don't understand. Wait, my oldest two sisters, to us, they were like our role models. Like, just the fact that we have to tell them that kind of thing is so embarrassing and shameful. Like, you want to look good in front of your sisters. But the fact that you called her means that she was really the last option. Like, rather her than parents.
Of course. And also, like, my sisters were pretty cool growing up.
Yeah.
They were kind of like bad girl, cool girl stuff. So I didn't feel that ashamed, but you know, like I had to call her. Who else am I gonna call? So
No, that reminds me of when I got into a fight with someone. I called Nikoti too.
you did?
They picked me up and my hair was all like...
Really? I didn't know that.
That's for another story time.
The thing is, she's more of the motherly figure in the family. That's just her personality. So, you know, it's just instinct to call her. So anyway, the funny thing is, the Claire's lady said, is this Shannon's mother? And she's like, yes. Like, your daughter here got caught stealing jewelry. $100 worth of jewelry. My sister was like, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, you know. And she's like, yes. And I called the cops. And then I heard my sister through the phone. She's like, is that really necessary? You know, she's only 13 years old. Like, I what's the point of calling the cops, you know? I'll just pay for the stuff over the phone and can you just let her go? My lady was like, no. She committed a crime. I'm going to call the cops. And my sister, I could hear her, like, trying to negotiate with her. She's like, I don't think it's necessary that you call the cops. You know, I'll just pay for it. She's 13. Like, you know, that's really not necessary. Blah, blah, blah. And the lady she was so mean. She was just like, nope, I'm calling the cops. Your daughter has to know what she did. And she has to go to juvenile for it. Anyway.
She wanted to send you to prison?
Yeah, she wanted us to get in trouble. So I was like, oh my god, my life is over. I'm going to go to jail. And then anyway, the cops did come. And then here, they arrested me and my friends, so we got handcuffed.
Oh,
and then,
no.
Yeah, and then it's funny because they were holding our backpacks, and then we just had handcuffs in the back, and then like two little 13-year-old Asian girls. We were going down the escalator of Beverly Center, and you just see a bunch of like people coming up this way, and then our eyes met, and I was just like, so ashamed looking down. They're looking at us like, what did they do, you know?
I mean, they all probably knew like, oh, they caught stealing for sure. And like, what else?
Yeah. So that happened, and then we got taken to the police station, but on the way there, it's so funny because my friend has really tiny hands, like abnormally tiny hands, probably like small.
Oh, like me?
Smaller than you. So when we were handcuffed, she's like, hey, look. And she kept taking her hands off. I was like, don't do that. I was like, stop.
Cute.
She's like, look. She's like, can you do that? I was like, don't do that. I was like, stop. They're gonna see. glass door that divides the cops and the person arrested. I was so scared. I was like, stop. And then,
Damn, she was a baddie.
yeah, she was a baddie. Yeah. So anyways, we got to the police station. My sister came to pick me up. My friend's mom came to pick me up. And my friend got into really big trouble by her mom because she was chewing gum. And in Korean culture, it's really disrespectful to be chewing gum like in front of your parent, like, especially when you got caught doing something really bad. So she was getting into big trouble. And then my sister took me home. And then my sister gave me a lecture in the car. She's like, Shannon, you know, stealing is really bad. She's like, what did you steal? That's how she talks, you know. She's like, what did you steal? I was like, oh, I stole jewelry. She's like, Onni will buy you jewelry, okay? You don't need to steal. I was like, yeah, but I don't have any money. She's like, it's okay, Onni will buy it for you. And she's like, I had to tell Dad that you got arrested. And I was like, why? Why did you do that? And she's like, I had to. I was like,
병 주고 약 주고.
I know. I was like, Onni, why did you do that? And she's like, I'm sorry, I had to, but you know, like, they might sue you. And I was like, what do you mean they're gonna sue me? And they're like, well, you know, Dad has to take you to court, so I had to tell him, okay? She dropped me off, and then I came home and I was like shaking, like trying to get into the door.
You're sweating.
I'm sweating because that story gives me like trauma memories, okay? Anyway, yeah, I got home. As soon as I opened the door, my dad was like, 무릎 꿇고 손 들어.
Oh,
my God.
that's it.
That means get on your knees and put your hand up.
무릎 꿇고 손 들어. That's like the words that like I hear in the back of my head. 무릎 꿇고 손 들어.
Oh, so scary.
Traumatizing.
무릎 꿇고 손 들어. I was like, oh my God, I'm in so trouble.
Where was I during that time? Do you know?
You were in your room, just smiling. Just lurking, trying to get the chismosa.
Dude, when I heard though, I remember I was like, no freaking way. Like my sister got caught. At first, I was like worried. And in the back of my mind, like, you know, like, sister me, I'm like, huh.
She's probably like, after all this time she beat me.
Yeah, like, in a way, I'm not gonna lie.
She
I was like,
it.
I was like, like one of those moments. And then I wanted to see what's going on. So I like looked inside. Where did you steal? He was like interrogating her like crazy. And then like, she's like shaking and like, she's already crying so much that she can't even speak. She's like,
Stop fighting!
I know some of you might think it's like physical abuse or child abuse, but
It wasn't like that.
it wasn't like that. Like even to this day, I'm glad that my dad disciplined us the way that he did.
Yeah,
But in that moment, yeah, it was something that she needed to learn.
Yeah.
It's just my dad was taking it very seriously. And when he threw that, we was throwing everything at her. I was like, do I go? I was like, do I go back or do I just?
That was the first time my dad slapped me straight across the face, like my whole like the drama, like.
I never saw him that mad at one of us before.
I was shocked when he slapped me across my face. I was like, oh my God, this is some serious stuff right now. He's so mad.
Yeah, he was really mad. I think even my mom was trying to like stop him.
Yeah.
And it never gets stopped. My mom and my dad are very supportive of each other disciplining. They would never like get in the way. But that day, my mom was stepping in because I think my dad felt really betrayed.
My dad, more than anything, he was really disappointed and betrayed because
Yeah.
he, in his mind, he's like, I did not raise my daughter to be a thief, which he really didn't, you know.
And probably the fact that you called me Konni too, that probably you probably feel even more betrayed. Like your own daughter can't call you. To hear from your other daughter. Do you think it was you or your friend at that time? Like who was the bad influence?
I think it was
Because
each
I'm
other.
not gonna lie, my parents thought that it was her. Obviously, because everyone's gonna think that their child is the angel and their child is getting influenced by the friend, you know?
Yeah, and her mom thought I was bad too,
Exactly,
for a while.
vice versa. I'm pretty sure they were both like, oh, that's not a good friend. But now, honestly, like, who was the bad influence? Was it you or her?
It wasn't her or me per se because I was stealing before I even met her.
Was she stealing before she met you?
She was.
Oh, so you guys just met each other. But it's so common. A lot of my friends got caught stealing.
Honestly, in that time, like 7th grade to like 10th grade, everyone was stealing. My entire class was stealing. Like we went on a trip to Grove, like a school trip to Grove because Grove just opened up at that time. All my classmates were like stealing stuff from like Forever 21 or whatever, just putting it on and wearing it. And I was like, oh, how are they doing that?
No,
And
the
I was
place
like,
to steal was Victoria's Secrets at Beverly Center. Everyone took their
that-
panties and stuff there.
I did steal there. I did. Sorry, Victoria's Secret, but I did.
Imagine they find this and they go back and they sue you.
They have no evidence, but
The story time is all fictional.
yeah, they don't know. Yeah, so anyway, After that happened, I was grounded from seeing my friend. So after that, I got sued by Claire's, and I got a ticket from the city for stealing. So my dad had to pay like over $1,000 out of pocket and take me to court. Yeah, that's why Dad was so mad. He was like so upset.
You were not rich growing up.
Yeah. So my dad was really upset. And then we had to pay like $1,000 worth of fees. And then I had 100-hour community service, which I did at Berendo Middle School. I remember. But the guy that did my community service was so chill. He would give me extra hours for no reason. I don't know.
Yeah, but ever since then, whenever I go to Claire's, I look everywhere. I'm like, how did she get caught?
You know why? Because there's mirrors.
There's mirrors everywhere, I realized. Everywhere, all around. Like, of course they saw you.
Yeah. Honestly, now that I think about it, it wasn't $100 worth of stuff. It was $40 worth of stuff that I stole.
I stole like stole like other things.
I stole like sterling silver earring and bracelet.
Ooh.
It was $40. I remember now.
Sterling silver because you were allergic at the time, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm full.
Moral of the story, do not steal, okay? It's not worth it.
I heard even places like Walmart and Target and those places, they don't catch you the first time because they're building a case against you.
Oh, I heard about that too. Like
yeah, so they'll let you keep on doing it, but they already know who you are.
It's just not worth it. It hurts your soul. You know, it attacks your purity and your parents' perception of you. Just don't do it.
Did they treat you differently ever since then?
My parents?
Your parents? My parents?
Mom and dad?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, like, you know, that was just the beginning of my rebellious era. Comment down below if you guys have any stories of getting arrested.
I never got arrested before. I never even got pulled over before. If you guys enjoyed the story time, can you guys comment down and let us know? Because we do want to do a story time series because we have a lot of stories.
We definitely do.
Like funny, scary, paranormal type stuff. A lot of different type of stories. So if you guys enjoyed that type of mukbang, please let us know.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next episode.
See you guys then. Bye-bye. You hit kind of hard. Don't do that.
You're just...
You know, you always do that to me. I told you this so many times.
You're so flabby.
You have a...
Oh my god.
You have a habit of...
It feels like Harmony's arms on the shoe.
Ooh, you want to fight. Ooh. Ooh.
Dude, it feels like Harmony's arms.
Mom.
It's rubbery. Holy shit.
Mom's unite. She's shaming me.
Don't blame it on the mom. You just don't like going to the gym.
Okay, fine.
Dude, look. It's elastic. Are you elastic, girl?
Missing someone.